Millions of people carry a genuine belief in God, yet they wake up every single day feeling utterly exhausted, chronically anxious, and completely stuck. This happens because of how we build our daily lives. We act as the sole architects of our own survival, manually trying to process every incoming expectation, responsibility, and desire. Without a reliable filter, every single demand feels equally urgent, crowding out any sense of peace. It exposes a critical gap in modern faith. Simply acknowledging that a higher power exists is entirely different from actually handing over control to one. You can believe in God while still trying to carry the entire weight of your life on your own shoulders. But the human mind was never designed to hold that much weight. The pressure of maintaining the illusion of control, of trying to engineer every outcome perfectly, creates deep internal fractures. Eventually, the structure you've built inevitably shatters. Holding on to the steering wheel with a white-knuckle grip is the exact cause of the chaos. Relinquishing that control is the only mechanical way to actually gain true direction and order in your life. Elevating a single ultimate priority above your own plans forces all other responsibilities, goals, and desires to fall into a strict, clean hierarchy. The things that actually matter rise to the surface, and the noise falls away. You don't have to figure it all out at once. You start by allocating the very first part of your day to this singular focus, rather than offering whatever energy is left over at night. Taking a few intentional moments before the world starts pulling at you sets the mental filter for everything that follows. This structural shift directly starves your anxiety. Anxiety requires a very specific fuel source, the impossible demand that you predict every future problem and perfectly control every eventual outcome. Surrendering breaks that cycle. It is a daily, repetitive mechanic of taking the things you cannot control and releasing them. Your external problems do not vanish, but the crushing burden of carrying them alone is transferred off your shoulders. By systematically giving up the desperate need to predict the future, your mind reclaims a massive amount of processing power. You finally have the bandwidth to navigate the present moment with genuine peace. When your mind is trapped in an overwhelming control state, your decision-making suffers. You rush into choices driven by temporary emotional spikes, external pressures, or the quiet fear that you might be missing out on something better. Putting God first introduces the strategic pause. You learn to stop making choices based purely on how you feel in the moment. Instead, you slow the cycle down, trading immediate gratification for choices that ensure lasting alignment. That intentionality naturally builds discipline. Because you are no longer burning mental calories on meaningless distractions or panicked reactions, your ability to follow through on the tasks that actually matter increases dramatically. This creates a spillover effect. Consistent spiritual discipline bleeds into your work habits, your physical routines, and your daily mindset, altering your baseline performance across the board. Discipline emerges as the frictionless byproduct of making fewer, better decisions rooted in a single, unwavering purpose. Without a stable center, it is entirely too easy to build your identity on fragile things: what people think of you, how much money you make, or how you compare to others. When those metrics drop, your confidence drops with them. But when you anchor yourself in God, your identity roots itself in an objective, unchanging truth. As your internal standard changes, it inevitably creates friction externally. The way you respond to conflict shifts. It demands a much higher baseline for patience, love, and a willingness to forgive those around you. This leads to the uncomfortable necessity of pruning. Not everyone will understand your growth. Surrendering your relationships means you stop forcing connections that aren't meant to last. You allow draining, misaligned connections to fade naturally, strengthening the ones that actually build you up. This recalibration eventually alters how you view life itself. Instead of operating with a victim mentality, constantly asking why hard things are happening to you, expanding your perspective allows you to ask a far more powerful question. What purpose are these challenges serving? You stop seeing delays as failures and pain as pointless. The greatest transformation of surrender is realizing that obstacles are not random setbacks. They are the tools being used to forge a much stronger identity. Putting God first creates absolute structural alignment, providing a stable foundation even when the external environment remains challenging. Surrender is a calculated, strategic transfer of trust. You are handing the reins over to an entity that already possesses the complete dataset, the vast, full picture that is impossible to perceive from our grounded, limited viewpoint. It is the exact mechanic described in Matthew 6:33. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. When you secure the center, the chaotic periphery automatically falls into order. Releasing your grip on personal timelines ensures you are precisely positioned for the right outcome, removing the fear of falling behind. If your life feels crowded and your mind feels scattered, you have the ability to execute a hard reset today. Take a moment right now and make the simple, actionable declaration: God, I choose you first. Stepping out of the chaos starts the exact moment you stop trying to control it.